mentiri kwala to my heartbeat Dintwana tsenyane kasi ba fepile mabare bampitsa samane mare ke difita puo ka go rwala motswako le getlelame ke le tabogi kori ya me matarela track like lep tsame di tsasitswe ka mame na before ntshwa diphoso kopa we tolerate bona fela ba batla go mphetola dilo bona fela bangwe ba re ke rata dilo bona fela banga dile ke jaka mino bona fela mathata budula setilo bona fela ba batla go mphetola dimo bona fela bangwe ba re ke rata dilo bona fela banga dile ke jaka mino bona fela mathata budula setilo ke pepa setšhaba jang ke santse ke gogoba kana kala kata jang ke se godoba many think tsene many think namile mouth but santse re kokota sam sokolo gaute gwanela santse re koloba nete ke gore many ya men look the part many ya men shala top so sad santse ba kolota line of success ke gona ke fola many O's in the check ke gona ke di bona La Queen Bee buzzing, I'm building a colony, I'm a mepefela year after year, by any means necessary Hotola tedi muli mamobo pilong, except selling your soul Khalin Khalohan, I keep rapping in codes Way ahead of my time, I keep leffing my foes Bona fera, babata humpeto la dimo Bona fera, bangwe bare ke rata dilo Bona fera, banga dile ke jakamino Bona fera, matata budula sitilo Bona fera, babata humpeto la dimo Bona fera, bangwe bare ke rata dilo Bona fera, banga dile ke jakamino Bona fera, matata budula sitilo
Never nipileng amantinele wa bofelo metlholo ya gago jiwa megoga ditshebo like who's gonna take bare bampitsa samane mare ke difita puo ka go rwala motsoko le getla la me see what life is showing you let your pride burn slow inside of you mojo right side amulimo jile pose na before bontsha di pose we to the right we to the left
bona fera
ba batla go mpetola dilo
bona fera
bangwe ba re ke rata dilo
bona fera
bangadile ke jaka mino matata budula setilo ba batla go phetola timo bangwe ba re ke rata dilo bangadile ke jaka place molo wa go tlola ditlhase
Bona fera
The way it is, ghetto people do anything, even die to live. Some survive, some sell, you buy the pill. Yo, keep your heads high to the sky with bills. Push to the limit, many men will die to kill. But work hard, keep busy, don't have time to kill. The devil wants to do business with you, don't sign the deal. You got it, flaunt it, exhibit your skill. Yo, pull your bravest face, patiently. Come home, they got them with nothing. I give my two brothers buy a drum with nothing. Could I say empty, but still monate. Monate, drum monate, drum monate. Come home, they got them with nothing. I give my two brothers buy a drum monate. Could I say empty, but still monate. Monate, drum monate, drum. Oh yeah, oh 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 yeah. Oh yeah, oh 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 yeah. Oh yeah, oh 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 yeah. Oh oh, monate, drum. My mathaka fetse go ntshwantsanele ke ba hupetse ka Setswana le leme la game ga ke se bope ga se ipope la tle fetwa le bona khope ke le tsopa la khalela motsofe ba bitsa malome go tswa phuna sele ke ba tsenya tsebe khotisa ka semefela o ntshetse njang o dula o tshela ke mona mone gano o le kgwelina la me ka pa khole ga meno a sele mamina nyana basimanyana ba phinya tsala tshekagalo ya mela ya me isila mala ka skwa ke a hepena ka tswana ke a diraga ke phudu hudu mudu budu tswana le pope isa ke fa di rakana le phala fala mo golla dinakana ga se go ga mapere go go sena mbogadi musadi mahala no go go tubule teng botshelo o teng khatlamela masisi le ga tsena bo teng go pedi bola ya noga black against black, khase bonyora gore ka phoko le ka temona ke ga ke ba tubratse.
Stand this off. Music off. Music completely off. Okay. What's good, man? Let me see if I'm live on YouTube. Excellent connection. Looks to be clean. Let's go to Twitch. Go to Twitch. Okay. Looks like I am live and in a perfect healthy stream with one viewer, which I take it as myself. Okay, guys. I think we can start. Dude, why does my webcam quality looks so low, man? Like my settings, man, for the webcam. Why is it so low, man? Let me see. Let me do 1080. Still the same thing, nothing changed. Okay. Let's put it back to 2K or 4K. Okay, I want to drink water. What's good, everybody? So today I'm gonna be doing reactions. So I've decided that I wanna post something that I wanna watch. Let me fix this thing. Give me a second. I want it to be something that I want to watch and something that I wanna post. You understand what I mean? I don't wanna be doing all of this. I don't want to be doing all of this trending stuff and then 1 minute I don't have an identity, I don't have a niche, I don't have something that works for me, and then when I have something that goes viral, let's say something that is trendy, then it goes viral, then the next time I do a reaction video, people would expect me to react to the same or similar setup. You get what I mean, man. So that's why I've decided that from now on, I'm gonna do what I want, what I love, and if you guys like it also, then good for me. So let's start, man. I wanna start with the tragic tale of Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, I think you guys already see where I'm going. Then we're gonna watch the dumbest criminals on the internet, biggest scams in human history. Those are the 3 videos we're gonna start with today, and then we'll keep elevating as time continues. Should I keep this or this? I think this looks more pleasant. Apologies for this. Let me just turn on this. I forgot. Let's start Tragic Tale of Joaquin Phoenix. Let's react to it.
This video is brought to you by Mubi. Get a whole month free at mubi.com/docinema.
Academy Award nominated actor here for the Gladiator and Sign. Here's Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. He is one of the greatest actors
Okay. Sound is behind. Sound is behind. Do
living
you guys
today.
see this? Sound is behind. Like, there's a sound delay.
This video is brought to you by Mubi. Get a whole month free at mubi.com/docinema.
Academy Award nominated actor here for the Gladiator.
I don't think the problem is with the video. Let's play another
The brilliance that award-winning actor Joaquin Phoenix displays on camera is unparalleled.
video. Okay, so the problem is with the PlayStation, I take it. Yeah, the problem is with the PlayStation. So let me just deactivate it and try to activate it again. Play something. Let's just play a song. Okay, I think it's fine. I hope so.
Gladiator and Sign.
Okay, let's start from scratch. The Tragic Tale of Joaquin Phoenix. Let's react to it.
This video is brought to you by Mubi. Get a whole month free at mubi.com/docinema.
Academy Award nominated actor here for the Gladiator and Sign. Here's Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. He is one of the greatest actors living today, but also
Yeah.
one of the most misunderstood.
Think what you think about me. Hate me or like me, just don't misunderstand me.
He is famous for playing dark and unconventional characters, most notably his Oscar-winning role as the Joker, the Gladiator, and recently Napoleon. But behind the cameras, he is very mysterious and not a fan of interviews, making it difficult to tell when he is joking or being serious.
Okay, I don't have to
No,
do that.
just relax.
I'm making fun of it, but it was pretty serious for me.
He has been acting ever since he was young and so deeply embodies his characters that it's sometimes hard to get a grasp on who he really is. This is the turbulent life of Joaquin Phoenix, and an attempt to understand the man behind the many faces.
Okay, so I started watching Joaquin. Beautiful intro, by the way. Beautiful intro. I started watching Joaquin Phoenix, I think, on Gladiator. That's the first time I saw his movie. And then I watched Joker 2019, which is my all-time favorite movie because of him, the way he acted, how he embodied the character of Joker and how he brought it to life. And then after that, I went and watched Napoleon, also one of my favorite movies by him.
Born in 1974 on the island of Puerto Rico, Joaquin Raphael Bottom had quite an unusual childhood. He had a different name and was raised in a nomadic lifestyle of hippies and free spirits by his parents Arlen and John Bottom, who met each other while hitchhiking. He had 3 sisters, Rain, Liberty, and Summer, and one older brother named River, who later became a famous actor as well, playing in Stand By Me, My Own Private Idaho, and Indiana Jones. Joaquin's family was part of a religious community known as the Children of God. For the first few years, it appeared to be relatively innocent. It promoted a blend of Christian teachings, communal living, and his parents encouraged self-expression, making it second nature for Joaquin to start acting. But in 1976, controversy began. The community gained notoriety for its cult-like behavior, and in the following years, Children of God descended into darkness and perversion, for which it became infamous. Joaquin told CBS News, "I think my parents thought they found a community that shared their ideals, but I think the moment my parents realized there was something more to it, they got out."
You see, with most of this communities or those gatherings that always are like trying to promote oneness, communityness, you know, love, one love, there's always something evil behind them. Like, there's always something wrong with them. Every one of them, man. I've never seen one that ends up good. There's always one that were selling drugs. There's something that doing something with kids. There's always something wrong. I did see a video on I think on TikTok, of a temple, a monk temple that was raided, where they will find out they were using a lot of drugs and they were selling drugs. Monks. Do you know how that sounds to the ear? A whole monk. A monk is supposed to be a man of God, somebody who lives their life to follow the teachings and the rules of somebody. I'll say God, but you get what I mean? A whole monk, man. So I wouldn't be shocked if somebody who calls them the children of God, somebody who calls themselves the children of God, actually does something like this.
Mother told Esquire magazine in 1994, "They're disgusting. They're ruining people's lives." After the family left the cult in 1978, they
Dude, what is this?
fled on a fishing boat to the United States.
Sorry.
Mother told Esquire magazine in 1994, "They are disgusting. They are ruining people's lives." After the
What is this naming, man? What was John and Arlen doing, or Aline? What were they doing, man? One child is named Rain, another one is Summer, another one is Liberty, another one is Joaquin, another one is River. What kind of naming is this, man? Was it random? Does it represent something? Is it part of something they like or love? What is going on?
family left the
So
cult in
random
1978,
names,
they fled
also
on a
with the
fishing
last
boat
name
to
like
the United
Bottom.
States in order to start a new life, and decided to change their family name from Bottom to Phoenix as a symbol of their new beginnings. They were virtually homeless.
Imagine having your last name as Bottom, dog. Nah, man. Bottom. Nah. Joaquin Bottom. It doesn't have that thing. Also, it doesn't sell. What is Joaquin Bottom? What is Bottom, man? But Phoenix. You can't have a name like Joaquin Phoenix. And then you're just a regular dude. You're just working somewhere. At a store. Or somewhere in an office. You can't, man. You gotta be great.
When they moved to LA, and the children would perform on the streets of Los Angeles to earn extra money, and took part in talent contests which eventually gained the attention of local media. Singing and dancing later became a recurring motif in Joaquin's most famous works, and so an actor was born. In the following years, Joaquin appeared in various TV shows under the name Lee Phoenix, as he also changed his name.
What if I tell you a story?
He made a guest appearance together with his brother, which led to other small roles.
My memory is that I felt like my entire body was buzzing. There was a certain kind of power that, right? I was in a room full of adults and I felt that I had like affected them. Like I had changed how they were feeling.
Well, you punched one of them.
Well,
I'm sure you changed how she was feeling.
It wasn't real.
Your daddy's very sick right now. My daddy's not sick.
Oh, this is what he means, man.
Don't say that about him.
And through my brother and his understanding and appreciation of that kind of acting, I think it just like awakened something in me, and I suddenly could see it.
As a teenager, Joaquin became surprisingly picky about the roles he took and didn't act much. His brother, River Phoenix, had become a household name and at 18 was nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, nice, man.
But in 1993, it all ended.
River Phoenix died of a drug overdose outside this Hollywood club. Joaquin and Rain Phoenix were with him.
Hey, what's the address, sir? Do you know? What's the address to the fucking club? Hey, sir? Sir, calm down a little bit, okay?
I'm sorry, it's my brother. Please come here.
How old is he?
He's 23.
Calm down, okay? If you can't calm down, give the phone to somebody else.
There's no one else around.
Joaquin was just 19 at the time, and after the death of his brother, he disappeared from the spotlights.
So he got to see his brother's death. Like he passed away. It's passed on. I think that's how you say it. While they were with him at a club. That's sad, man. Sad, man. And damaging to anybody, man. I did know that his brother passed away. I think I learned about it on his speech. He said his brother taught me something, or a quote, or he wrote a lyric. I think that's the exact word. I'll paraphrase it. Something like, run to the rescue with love. Run to the rescue with love, and something will happen. I'll put it on my edits.
The family retreated to Costa Rica to escape the media, as the tragedy became a never-ending stream of myth and conspiracy.
During that time in which you're most vulnerable, there are helicopters flying over, there are people that are trying to sneak onto your land. Certainly, for me, it felt like it impeded on the mourning process.
Joaquin stopped acting for 2 years, but then he came back. Up until this time, he appeared in every movie as Lee Phoenix, but now he is embracing himself, the scar above his upper lip adding a sense of menace. There was something raw about his talent. He wasn't there to replace his brother. Joaquin's beauty was darker, and he had something vulnerable about him. He was back on the world's radar as an actor to keep an eye out for.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
In the year 2000, Phoenix played his most important role thus far in The Gladiator, directed by Ridley Scott, who recently teamed up for another historical epic, Napoleon. In The Gladiator, Joaquin plays the evil son of a Roman emperor, but instead of becoming a cartoonish villain, he created a multi-layered character study. This was the start of a forever method actor, completely embodying his roles. Phoenix even became his character off camera, carrying his sword around on set and even keeping one in his hotel room. But he wasn't the easiest to work with. He refused to wear all the leather elements of his costumes and demanded them to be replaced because he had been a vegan his whole life. He also struggled a lot with anxiety because it was the first time on such a large-scale project. Ridley Scott ran through hours of takes without filming the camera just to get him to calm down, but this gave Joaquin the chance to enhance each take with his improvisation.
I'm not merciful. Am I not merciful?
We all know how fine an actor he is now, but back then, it was only Ridley Scott that knew how fine an actor he was. He was the one convincing Joaquin to do this, and to do it the way he did it, you know? The subtleties and the menace and all of these things that he brought to that role. When I first saw it, I was blown away by it.
Yeah, man, it is by far, I don't want to say by far, it is one of his best acting or performances. One of the best performances he's ever given us or given to the world.
You would fight me. Why not? Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
When Gladiator was released, it became a massive hit, and Joaquin received his first ever nomination for Best Supporting Actor, but didn't win it. Russell Crowe, however, won Best Actor and thanked Joaquin.
Russell Crowe.
Okay.
An incredible cast: Joaquin Phoenix, Connie Nielsen.
Gladiator.
I've never understood how awards work up to this day. You can see a movie, beautiful movie, a beautifully shot movie, is nominated for so many, let's say so many categories, different categories. And then the actor wins, let's say the film wins something. Then the director, the person who made the movie, doesn't win anything. You see with this, he's a supporting actor. And he doesn't win anything. Commodus, the role of Commodus. There was somebody who had the best acting that year, better than him. I don't want to believe that.
Phoenix's career to new heights, and he later became synonymous with the art of method acting, known for his commitment and immersion into roles, often pushing himself to extreme lengths to achieve authenticity, such as for the Joker.
This guy's got inhuman discipline. I think Todd Phillips said something like, I think the character should be kind of skinny. Just kind of said it, casually, like I think. And Joaquin, I think, showed up at 124 pounds. They go, let's give you a nutritionist and everything else. And he said, no, it's okay. He just ate an apple and smoked cigarettes.
He dives deep into the psyche of his characters, extensively researching their backgrounds, altering his physical appearance, and adopting their mannerisms. His performances are often improvised, and for the master, Phoenix went so far as to put brackets and rubber bands on his teeth so his jaw stayed shut, creating this menacing smile. Joaquin has been typecast for many dark and mysterious characters, because the truth is, he's just too good at playing outsiders and introverts. Screenwriter Doug Wright once said, Phoenix is someone who could slide by you in the hallway, but aim a lens at him and he becomes 30 feet tall.
How do you do it?
It's basically just allowing those barriers that I have for myself to break, to let them down, and to just be as raw as possible and let the emotions and the fear and the regret and the pain of this character really come through.
But committing this much to a role eventually took its toll.
You never played guitar or sang before this?
Had you ever sung before?
It was completely foreign to me. When I held the guitar the first time, I didn't know what to make of it.
Joaquin Phoenix rocked
In 2005, Joaquin won the Golden Globe for portraying the turbulent life of country star Johnny Cash in Walk the Line.
Thank you very much. Who'd ever thought that I'd win in the comedy or musical category? Not expected.
By portraying Johnny Cash, Phoenix was so committed to the role that he not only replicated Cash's musical achievements, but also his addictions. During production, he started drinking for comfort, and many suspected that Phoenix was experiencing a form of therapy because Cash had also lost his brother at a young age. During this scene, he tears the sink out of the wall, which wasn't scripted. Director James Mangold said that Phoenix had completely embodied his character. I could film Joaquin from the back, and without seeing his face, you would be able to tell what he was feeling. He never impersonated Johnny Cash, he became him. This...
Yeah, I knew it. I did see somebody said, tragedy or pain creates the best actors, or the best artist, or art creates art. And it's true. It's very, very true. Because when you're in pain, a lot of great art, or something that we think it's great art, or something that we consider to be a great performance or an acting role, there is pain behind it.
Movie earned Joaquin his second nomination for an Oscar, but again, didn't win.
Philip Seymour Hoffman in for Cody.
Phoenix felt a certain emptiness after wrapping the movie. It was really hard for me to leave the movie. I was angry, hurt, and felt abandoned. I didn't know what to do. To play Cash, I had learned a whole new way of functioning in the world, and suddenly, I couldn't rely on that anymore. He later made the decision to check himself into rehab and called the network the best thing I ever did. But his extreme method acting made him abandon his personal life and his own personality. One producer even said, he's better at being a character than being himself.
Joaquin is just kind of an enigma. It's hard to understand him even when he's like sort of normal. Just a very eccentric guy. You know, you never really know what he's up to.
What is normal, man? Like for people who are, people like Joaquin, method actors, people who take on the role the way it is and become that person, that acting or that representing or that playing or that portraying, do they actually have a normal life? Give you for example, let's take Jim Carrey. You know Jim Carrey? Everybody knows who Jim Carrey is. I don't think a lot of us know who Jim Carrey is, who he really is. Outside of the character, outside of the acting, outside of the comedy, I don't think we actually know him. And I think it's the same for people like Joaquin. Because they've embodied or they've always played a character or acted the way people wanted them to act. And then, personally, they never have a character of their own or their own identity.
Joaquin Phoenix announced his retirement from acting.
That he was retiring from acting.
From Hollywood stars, of course, is to get ready.
This will be my last performance as an actor. I'm not doing films anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
In 2008, Joaquin's career took an odd direction that caught many people off guard. Media outlets picked up on the news that Joaquin stopped acting to become a rapper. He had grown a beard, gained weight, and there were plenty of parodies of his new image. Even at the Oscars, where Phoenix wasn't invited.
We're chewing gum at the Oscars.
Joaquin had burned all bridges with the media, and after his appearance on the David Letterman show, people thought he had lost his mind.
We're having fun.
That's
We're
fine?
having fun. Just relax, seriously. I'll come to your house and chew gum.
Okay, I don't have to.
No,
chew gum,
just
dude.
relax.
I won't do the gum.
But what people didn't know is that it was all one big joke.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
He teamed up with his friend and brother-in-law Casey Affleck to make a mockumentary film titled I'm Still Here, where Phoenix plays a parody of himself acting like a star in crisis.
I don't want to play the character of Joaquin anymore. I'm just stuck in this ridiculous, like, self-imposed prison of characterization, you know? It happened to me young.
Phoenix has been known for keeping his personal life away from the media, and throughout his career has often been shy in interviews and even got ridiculed for it.
Troubled times?
Excuse me?
Kidding. What did you learn about yourself and your voice?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Damn.
Came out cold. These things happen.
They do.
How bad does this man hate interviews,
I'm
man?
Still Here was a payback to the media by turning his unpredictable and private persona into a caricature. He stayed in character everywhere he went for an entire year, taking
Wait,
method
you met
acting to
Diddy?
a whole new level.
That was Didi, right? Let's go back.
Excuse me?
Kidding.
By turning his unpredictable and
Whoa,
About
chill.
yourself and
Let
your
me not
voice.
skip
Absolutely
anything.
nothing.
Yeah. Came out cold. These things happen.
They do.
I'm Still Here was a payback
Damn,
to the
man.
media by turning his unpredictable and private persona into a caricature. He stayed in character.
It's him. The man, the myth, the legend. PD.
Everywhere he went for an entire year,
Evil.
taking method acting to a
Evil,
whole
evil
new
person.
level. But even though it was a joke about ending his career, it almost cost him his career. When he appeared on the David Letterman show, it was more like a public humiliation, and embracing a different life didn't do his personal relations any good either. But no matter what happened, he stuck with it, which demonstrates Joaquin's unmatched devotion to his craft. And it's in those moments that real recognizes real.
And I got to tell you, I went to one of his concerts in Miami.
I remember you were there. Thank you so much.
Phoenix was aware the movie might fail, but as he states, it was an amazing experience. Not hitting your mark, not memorizing lines, it allowed me to be bold in my decisions, instead of being safe.
Now, for the first time, I'm doing something that is, whether you like it or not, it really represents me.
And Joaquin, I'm sorry you couldn't be here tonight.
Okay.
One small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
What's wrong with your real name?
That's what you called me on the show. A Joker.
Joker.
Do you remember?
People often divide Joaquin's career into pre and post I'm Still Here, because what came after
He
it
played Jesus. Was that Jesus? Has he played Jesus before?
was a period of Joaquin showing the world the expansion of his acting range. In the movie Her, we get to see a very intimate and emotional performance. And in The Master, we see his innocence morph into possessed rage.
I told her I'd come back, and I never went back, and now I gotta get back to her. Why don't you go back? I don't know. I don't know!
2 years later, his co-star passed away, losing another close friend to an overdose.
Tragic death of actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, or what they believe was a heroin overdose.
This movie got Joaquin his third Oscar nomination, but again, didn't win. In the years that followed, he portrayed a whole range of characters, experimenting with the absurd, acting with limited body movements, and playing Jesus with his girlfriend, Rooney Mara, and finally receiving praise at the Cannes Film Festival. But even after portraying so many faces, Joaquin says he still suffers from anxiety.
Do you get nervous?
Yes, petrified. There are so many things that I want to express. I guess I'm just nervous that I'm not going to be able to find the right kind of space to express that.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it kind of is. Just seeing your actor, dancer, fashion icon, how is that an insult? I can't do this.
But when he does get the space to do so, Joaquin will give each scene a new interpretation, providing enough improvisation to make a trillion different versions of the film. During one scene, he began improvising a dance in a room with just the cameraman and the director, while a crew of 250 people waited outside.
And for some reason, it encapsulated, for me, like Joker.
And it's one of the best scenes in the movie, man. Because you wonder, why is this guy suddenly dancing?
Trying to kind of come out, trying to emerge.
You know the bus scene where he can't stop laughing?
Mm-hmm.
I saw them shooting that when I got to set. I swear to God, I saw him walking, and I knew he was going to win an Oscar. It was that good. And I looked at Todd and I go, holy shit. He goes, you have no idea, dude.
And the Oscar goes to Joaquin Phoenix, Joker.
Let me see which movies. Pain and Glory, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Marriage Story, The Two Popes. He deserved it, man. And he won in a category of great movies, man. All of those movies are great, and the acting was great. Marriage Story, one of the greatest movies I've watched. Pain and Glory, Once Upon a Time, okay. Then The Two Popes, man. Beautiful movies, man. Nah, he deserved
This is
to
the
win.
first Oscar and fourth nomination for Joaquin Phoenix.
God, I'm full of so much gratitude right now. And I do not feel elevated above any of my fellow nominees or anyone in this room because we share the same love, the love of film, and this form of expression has given me the most extraordinary life. I don't know what I'd be without it.
It's that blurring line between reality and performance art that makes Phoenix such a great actor. He is a person who is unafraid to reveal his emotions and who dives deep into the complexities of the human experience. Somebody who values authenticity and one who is committed to making a positive impact on the world. That is the real Joaquin Phoenix.
I've been selfish, I've been cruel at times, hard to work with, and ungrateful, but so many of you in this room have given me a second chance. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes, but when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other towards redemption. That is the best of humanity.
Beautiful, man. This is still one of the best Oscar speeches I've heard. I think this speech and alright, one of my best speeches I've heard.
When he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow." Thank you.
Run to the rescue with love and peace will follow.
Joaquin's career is far from being over. With Napoleon and Joker Part 2 on the horizon, there's not much that can stop this man from achieving greatness. In 2019, he also got engaged to Rooney Mara, and a year later welcomed his son into the world. They gave him the name River Phoenix. If you want to watch some Joaquin Phoenix movies, I got you, because Her, We Own the Night, You Were Never Really Here, and The Immigrant are currently streaming on Mubi. Not only in my country, the Netherlands, but in many other countries. Mubi is a
Beautiful storytelling, man. Beautiful storytelling, man. It's beautiful, man. Someone is calling me. Let me answer my phone. Give me a minute, give me a second. I gotta open the gate. Okay guys, I'm back. So like I said on yesterday's stream, I don't stay alone. So it happens sometimes that we have guests over and I'm the only person in the house, so I gotta open for them, you know. It's one of those things. Dumbest criminals on the internet. Okay, so all of those videos are long. And I do not have a lot of time, and you see what happens when, because this is the content I want to make. Okay, let me check out the next video. Wait, biggest scams in human history. Let me see. Biggest scams in human history. Okay, so all of those videos are long. I think we can do one more video. And then we leave. Dumbest criminals on the internet.
There's a new contender this morning for the title of World's Dumbest Criminal.
So this is an attempted robbery here by the Hamburglar. He's doing us the favor of showing us his face before putting his mother's pantyhose over it. Please, God.
Okay. What is this, man? Is it like a comedy video? What is going on, man? Because I do get the dumbest part.
All I could hear was cries from inside, let me out, let me out.
This didn't take a detective to solve. It took a clerk at Hungry Howie's to solve it. Life's tough. Life's a lot tougher if you're stupid.
Not all criminals are masterminds. This video proves it. Dumb criminal steals Dolphins jersey and wears it to trial.
All right, you're charged with stealing a Dolphin jersey?
The internet roasted him. One comment said, imagine being his attorney and he pulls up wearing the evidence. That was dumb. But other criminals take stupidity to a whole new level. Today, we'll explore the world's dumbest criminals. So my goal this year is to give you guys double the amount of videos without sacrificing quality. And to do that, we gotta keep growing. So 68% of you guys aren't subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you did. And I promise, I will give you more fire content. I'm Visual Venture and you are awesome. Derek Kosh. In 2008, Derek Kosh walked into a small convenience store, but he wasn't there to buy snacks. He had a plan. The place was quiet, no witnesses, no cops. Derek waited until the coast was clear. Then he pulled out a pew-pew and pointed it at the clerk. Derek had two demands. He wanted cash and cigarettes, and he was ready to shoot if he didn't get them. The clerk didn't argue. She stuffed the bag with everything he asked for. Derek was feeling powerful, cocky. He yelled, "Damn straight." The clerk turned around to grab the cigarettes. Suddenly, she heard a loud bang. For a second, she thought she was hit, but she wasn't. That's when she turned around to face the robber. But he was no longer standing tall. He was hunched over, groaning. His hands were around his legs. Then she understood what happened. The robber Derek accidentally shot himself in his private parts. What happened was he tried to tuck the weapon into his pants, but he forgot to turn the safety on and accidentally pull the trigger. And then, bang. The whole thing was captured on the store's surveillance camera. But even after that mistake, Derek didn't give up. He grabbed the bag and ran out. He limped down the street, leaving a red trail behind him. The store clerk called the cops. They showed up, and it wasn't hard to track down the robber. They just followed the red trail. They found Derek at his grandma's house. He needed urgent medical attention. Cops rushed him to the emergency room. Doctors saved his life, but they couldn't save him from what came next. He was going to jail. Derek was charged with armed robbery, criminal recklessness, and battery. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison. When he got out, reporters were waiting. They wanted to interview the robber who blew his jewels off. There were so many headlines about it. In an interview, Derek said it was shameful and embarrassing, and I think anyone with a good heart would feel that way about it. Today, Derek is remembered as one of the dumbest criminals ever. This next case is about a guy who talked himself into handcuffs.
Dude, why would you grab the money and run? You just shot yourself, man, in your private parts. You shot yourself in your private parts. You need help. Go to the hospital.
Peter Gamblin. When Peter Gamblin was 16, he won a national pool tournament. But by 24, he was in the news for something else, being incredibly stupid. It started when Peter decided to rob someone. His victim was just walking down the street talking on the phone. Peter jumped the man, stealing his wallet and phone. But Peter didn't realize someone was still listening. The victim was on a call when the attack happened. The person on the other end, Joe Dale, heard everything. He even heard someone say, "Give me money," before the phone went dead. Joe was worried about his friend, so he called back. Here's the crazy part. The phone was now with the robber, Peter, and the stolen phone started ringing, but instead of ignoring it, Peter answered. That's right, he answered the mobile phone he had just stolen. Joe realized he was talking to the guy who robbed his friend. The two started arguing. Voices were raised, insults were thrown, and Peter, the robber, got so mad he challenged Joe to a fight. Then he made it even worse. He gave Joe his nickname and home address. His exact words were, "My name is Gambo. If you want to make something of it, come to this address." Of course, Joe didn't go. He just forwarded the information to the cops. By the time Peter got home, the police were already there. They arrested him on the spot. In court, Peter tried to lie. He claimed he was at his sister's house during the robbery, but the jury didn't believe him. It took them 25 minutes to find him guilty. Peter was sent to jail for 3.5 years. He also became famous for his stupidity. He was a guy who answered a stolen phone and gave his name and address. While Peter tried to practically steal someone's identity by taking their phone, stuff like this happens to us way more frequently online. Identity theft and stealing hundreds of thousands of...
Is this an ad? That was dumb, man. But if this is
dollars
an
from
ad,
you are way more common than people think. So it's actually happened to me. Some people found my information online and used it in a way that almost ruined my life. After that, I tried removing my data from all of those shady websites, but there were just too many. A big reason is because data brokers sell your personal information to whoever wants it. You could go to any data broker website right now and buy anyone's personal data, which to me should be illegal. But unfortunately, this is all done legally without your knowledge or consent. But legally, the data brokers also have to comply with your request to remove your information. They just make it extremely difficult. So that's where today's sponsor, Aura, makes. That would be enough time for items from the store were going missing. Finders Keepers didn't sell brand new stuff. Everything they had was donated by the community. And when they sold stuff, they donated the money to charities for children and US troops. So when things started disappearing, it wasn't just stealing. It was stealing from people trying to do good. The thief was stealing donated items sitting outside on the porch. Luckily, the store had security cameras, so they checked the footage. And the thief was right there. It was a man named Ruben Pavon. One clip showed him casually walking up to the porch and grabbing a DVD player. In another clip, he came back. This time he brought his son. Together, they took off with a barbecue grill. They gave the footage to the cops. Ruben was arrested. It was an open and shut case. But when Ruben started talking, the case went from criminal to ridiculous. Ruben blamed the store for confusing him.
Ruben Pavon said he saw the name of Finders Keepers in Derry and presumed that the merchandise was anybody's to take away.
He took the name Finders Keepers literally. He figured they probably just put stuff out there for people to take, and he would have kept taking stuff if the cops didn't arrest him. But the owners of Finders Keepers didn't buy his excuse, especially because of how Ruben took the stuff.
I've never seen him in the store. He didn't appear to try to open the door to see if we were open, if anybody was there, if anybody was even there to help him load it, because the lights were off. So I assumed he knew that nobody was there.
They even posted about it on Facebook. This man who was caught on video is saying it is all a misunderstanding. He thought everything at our store was free. Is that really the best defense he could come up with? The case went viral online, and Ruben must have felt the pressure because he went on TV to prove he was not a bad person.
I just grabbed one. I thought it was there for the taking because the sign did say Finders Keepers.
He even explained why he didn't hide his face.
He even saw the camera that captured his image we showed you earlier this week.
In the end, Ruben gave everything back. That helped him avoid jail time. But it didn't save him from public shame. He became the guy who robbed a charity store because of its name. This next case is about a person who was caught holding the evidence. Mark Smith. Most thieves...
Have you noticed the pattern here, man? Everybody who's in this video is white. I'm not saying it because of anything.
Break in, steal what they can, and get out fast. But when Mark Smith broke in, he passed out on...
Cause, even now, Mark Smith, come on, man, come on.
A bed. It happened in Whitley Bay, England. A woman was at home when Mark quietly slipped inside. He had a steel bar on him just in case things got ugly. Luckily, she didn't see or hear him. Mark headed straight to her bedroom. He found a jewelry box and grabbed some gold earrings. But something was wrong. His eyes were heavy, his body was shutting down, and it was all his fault. Turns out, Mark took a mix of substances earlier that morning. It was now kicking in. He could barely stand. He needed to lie down. But instead of leaving, Mark did something no thief has ever done. He crawled under the bed and took a nap. He took a nap in the house he was robbing, all while the homeowner was still in the house. A few minutes later, she walked into her bedroom and froze. There were legs sticking out from under the bed. First, she screamed, but the burglar didn't move. Then she shook him and yelled. Still no response. That's when she called the cops. But even the police could...
Also, why would you scream and shook somebody who's under your bed and try to wake them up? Do you wanna die, lady? Don't you care about your life?
Didn't wake him up. Mark was completely knocked out. They had to drag him out by the legs, and he was still clutching a stolen pair of gold earrings. Mark Smith was arrested and taken to court. Turns out he already had a record of robbery, theft, and drunkenness, but this was his first time breaking into someone's home. The judge gave him 18 months in jail, and Mark left with an important lesson. If you're gonna be a criminal, at least stay awake. This next guy started his life of crime very young. The German bank robber. Being dumb is one thing, but being dumb and cocky is a recipe for disaster. A teenager in Germany learned that lesson the hard way. In 2010, a 19-year-old robbed a small bank. He threatened the staff, grabbed the cash, and escaped. He made it home without getting caught. Then he waited. The robbery was on the news. Police were on the case. He expected the cops to kick down his door any minute, but nothing happened. The minutes turned to hours, hours turned to days, days turned into a week, and still the police had no suspects. That's when his ego exploded. He thought he was a criminal genius. He pulled off the perfect heist at 19, but instead of enjoying his freedom, he wanted to brag about it. A week after the robbery, he couldn't help himself. He sent emails. One to the police, two to local newspapers. In the emails, he mocked the police for getting his age, height, and accent wrong. Then he pointed out that he escaped in a car, not on foot. He was playing games with the cops, like a criminal genius. But the moment he sent those emails, he proved how dumb he was. Because it's easy to find out who owns an email address. The cops traced the email back to him in no time. They knew his name and where he lived. He basically turned himself in. Days later, police arrested him in a gambling hall in Hamburg. When they put the cuffs on him, he was completely shocked. But the truth was simple. He wasn't caught because the cops were smart. He was caught because he was dumb.
That's just being dumb, man. Like, he pulled out the perfect bank robbery. There was no suspect, nothing. He escaped clean. Instead of just enjoying your life, go about it, you decide you want to play a role in a movie. You want to be like a smart criminal. You want to play with cops, and you're using your own email. Using your own internet.
Criminal was a gangster in every sense of the word. Anthony Garcia.
Okay.
Most people hide their crimes, but Anthony Garcia put his on display. He tattooed his crime on his chest. The crime happened in 2004. Someone took the life of John Juarez outside a liquor store. No one saw who did it, and the cops had no leads. Years passed, and it became a cold case. For 4 years, nothing happened. Then, one dumb mistake revealed the culprit. In 2008, police stopped a man driving with a suspended license. His name was Anthony Garcia. It seemed like a simple traffic case, but two things made the officers take a second look. First, Garcia was linked to a gang called Rivera 13. Second, he had a massive tattoo. It stretched from his neck to his chest and from arm to arm. The cops had a rule. Whenever they arrested a gang member, they took pictures of their tattoos. So when they arrested Garcia, they snapped the photo. The tattoo photo went straight into the system. Weeks later, it landed on the desk of a detective, someone who worked for the Juarez case years earlier.
An investigator by the name of Kevin Lloyd was just flipping through pictures of gang members and, just taking a look at their tattoos.
When he saw Garcia's tattoo, his jaw dropped.
And then he looked at this gentleman's tattoo and realized, oh my God, this is the crime scene from that liquor store slaying.
The tattoo was like a snapshot of the crime scene.
So each key detail was right there. The Christmas lights that lined the roof of the liquor store, the direction his body fell, the borrowed street lamp across the way.
It even matched the trajectory of the bullets. It was so accurate that the detective called it a crime scene sketch and a confession. But the tattoo wasn't enough for a conviction. They needed a confession. So the cops came up with a plan. At that point, Garcia was still in jail just for the traffic stop. So they sent an undercover officer into his cell.
Pretending as if he was also a criminal. And he's like, hey, dude, I like that tattoo. What's that about?
And just like they hoped, Garcia started talking.
And he's wired, right? He's recording everything. And Anthony Garcia admits everything.
He bragged about the shooting. He explained the tattoo. He gave details only the culprit would know. All of it was recorded. In October 2008, Garcia was officially charged with the murder. He thought the tattoo made him look tough. Instead, he tattooed his confession on his chest.
I was ready to declare him the world's dumbest guy for putting the crime scene on his chest. So, he literally can't escape. They're like, but it's right there.
Some criminals leave fingerprints on a crime scene, but this next crook left his entire identity. Kenneth Morgan.
Out of all this, man, I don't know who is the dumbest of them all.
Kenneth Morgan was described
But
as
this has
Britain's
to be
dumbest burglar. What did he do to earn that title? By the time he was 48, Kenneth Morgan...
Oh, okay. Why, Kenneth?
Morgan was a career criminal. He had been in and out of jail multiple times. By 2011, he was out of jail again. And just 3 weeks later, he was already planning another break-in. His plan was simple: sneak into a house when no one was home and grab what he could. But things didn't go as planned. Once the coast was clear, Morgan broke into the house. As he was grabbing stuff, he heard the front door open. The homeowners were back. Morgan panicked. He ran to the kitchen and jumped out of the window. But in his rush, Morgan forgot something that would make him one of the dumbest criminals ever. When the homeowners walked in, it was clear someone broke in, and the thief left their backpack behind. Inside the backpack was a phone, an ID card, a birth certificate, and even a passport. Every single item had the same name: Kenneth Morgan, and the passport had his face printed right on it. The police couldn't believe their luck. They reportedly giggled like schoolgirls when they saw the evidence. When the cops...
Why would you go and rob a house with a bag that has your identification inside, your phone, your ID card, your passport, that has your picture, anything that leads to you? Why would you do that?
Knocked on Morgan's door, he had a story ready. He claimed someone stole the bag and planted it at the crime scene. He was being framed, but no one believed him. Not the police, and definitely not the jury, especially after they found out that he had 23 burglary convictions dating back 25 years. Kenneth Morgan was sentenced to 6 years in prison. This next case involves two dumb friends who broke the law together. Jonathan Ochola.
Okay.
Some criminals mess up during the crime. Jonathan Ochola messed up even before it started. In 2011, Jonathan and his friend Rashad planned a robbery. Their target was Ladbrokes, a betting shop in Portsmouth, England. Jonathan was the getaway driver. He waited in the car while Rashad went inside to do the job. Rashad stormed in, waved a fake pew-pew, and got away with 500 pounds, which is about $650. Then he dashed back to the car and they sped off. It looked like a clean job. Rashad even wore a mask to hide his face, but that mask ruined everything. Right after the robbery, Rashad ripped off the mask and tossed it away, but he left it near the crime scene, and it was covered with his DNA. Police found the mask and ran a DNA test, and just like that, they knew who it belonged to. Rashad was arrested, and he confessed everything. He even gave up his accomplice, Jonathan Ochola. Leaving a mask covered in your DNA is dumb, but somehow Jonathan did something even dumber. When police questioned Jonathan, he denied everything. He said he was at home watching TV during the crime, and there was no DNA linking him to it. It seemed he might walk free. Then the cops searched his house, and that's when they found Jonathan's diary. But something inside the diary made Jonathan Ochola the world's dumbest criminal. Inside, on the day of the robbery, he had written, "Go Portsmouth. Robbery happens." He wrote down the time and place of the crime like a to-do list. It was basically a confession. When police showed him the note, Jonathan panicked. He changed his story. He admitted going to the shop with Rashad, but swore he didn't know about the robbery. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. The judge didn't believe him. Jonathan was jailed for 3 years, Rashad for 2.5. And as a bonus, Jonathan became internet famous. He was the criminal foolish enough to write about his crime in his diary. This next crime involves someone trying to steal over a...
Dude, imagine going to jail for three years for 500 pounds, $650. 3 years in jail.
$1 million. Hugo Sanchez. Hugo Sanchez lived in England with his wife and 4 kids, but things were falling apart. By 2005, the couple was drowning in debt, so they came up with a crazy idea. Hugo would fake his own death. If they pulled it off, they could collect a massive life insurance payout. It was over $1 million, so they did it. Hugo and his wife took a vacation to Ecuador. Then Hugo's wife returned to the UK alone. She told everyone Hugo passed away from a heart attack and his body was cremated. She even had a fake death certificate to prove it. The documents were real enough to fool everyone, at least for a while. The insurance companies started paying out. With the money, Hugo and his wife moved to Australia with their kids. But insurance companies don't just hand over millions without checking. They hired a private investigator to verify. The investigator spoke to Hugo's friends and family, and some let it slip that Hugo was still alive. So investigators took another look at the death certificate, and that's when they found something insane. Hugo's fingerprints were on his death certificate, like he printed candidate himself or his certificate was handed to him. Now they knew he was alive. But Hugo and his wife no longer lived in the UK, so the cops had to wait. Finally, they had their chance. Hugo's wife flew back to England for her sister's wedding. As soon as she landed, she was arrested. She was jailed for 2 years. Hugo was still hiding in Australia, but not for long. He was arrested the next year and sent back to the UK. He got 5 years. They faked the death, lied to everyone, then moved across the world. But it all fell apart because Hugo couldn't keep his fingerprints off his death certificate. And today, Hugo is featured on a list of top 10 dumb crooks. If you guys need money, trust me, do it the right way. Because in the end, you won't just have money. You'll have your sanity too. Visual Venture. Wait, before you go, make
beautiful video, man. Beautiful video. I think from now on, going forward, this is probably the type of videos that I'm gonna be reacting to on my stream. Oh, sorry. You see, today we reacted to 2 videos in an hour. 2 videos in an hour. I'm gonna post one every week. One this week and just see how the algorithm treats the video or how it pushes the video to people. And then from there, I'm just gonna keep doing that. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. August, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then one of those days I'll do a long stream, like an 4 to 8 hour stream, depending on the day and what I'll do. Whether I'll be playing games and incorporated with reactions, music, IRL. It'll depend on what is it exactly that I want to do. You understand? So I'll have to plan it and then find a way to execute it perfectly. So we are rebranding. I changed. Let me show you guys, man. I changed my channel. So this is my channel. This is where I post. This is where I post. Okay, it hasn't refreshed here. Oh, it did. So this is where I post my.
Leading to another fight.
Yo, chill. Let me do this. Should I do this? Oh, this one. I think this one. So this is where I post my reactions. You see how clean it is, man. It's clean. It looks nice. It looks professional. So we are rebranding. All of those videos, a lot of those videos I'm just gonna unlist them. A lot of those videos I'm just gonna unlist them. Probably anything to do with trendy stuff, I'm just gonna take them out. I think the video that might survive, there's only one video that might survive. I can't find it. Wait, which video was it though? Let me see something. Which video was it? Okay. Oh, this one, man. Are we on the villain's side now? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna edit the thumbnail, change the thumbnail.
It's tough to get more.
When I change the thumbnail, change the title also. I think this is the only video that's gonna survive on this channel. Then the rest of this reactions, I'm just gonna take them out. And then what I might do on this reaction channel, all of those videos, I might just take them down and then post them on the current channel that I'm on, which is Behind Life, which is this one, Behind Life, which is supposed to be a channel where I post everything live. You understand what I mean? Everything live, everything that I do live, like VODs. I think that's what you guys call it, VODs. Yeah. So this is gonna be my VODs channel. I'm just gonna be throwing out everything here. I'm gonna be throwing out every video here. I'm gonna be throwing them out here. So that's that, man. That's that. I think we're an hour in. If we had time, I think we could react to the last video that I wanted to do, but I got a place to go. Also need to have supper and those other things, But with that said, man, thank you so much to everybody who tuned into the stream. I appreciate every one of you guys. I'll keep thanking you guys up until the until the year ends, man. until I don't know, man. But I keep thanking you guys, man, for tuning in to my streams, man, because it takes a lot, man, for someone to just leave their schedule and just watch you do your thing or work while they're not working. You understand what I mean? So thank you so much, man. Let's do this. But with that said, guys, I'll see you guys
Yeah,
tomorrow.
man. It's been a long time coming.
Stream, so I'm not
Ups
gonna
and
be
downs,
reacting.
Mari.
I don't
Prince
think
Reda,
I'm
we ain't
gonna
going
be
nowhere.
reflects
Mahosi.
on my day-to-day.
Kokonono di Toboroka.
Thank you so much,
2010
everybody.
Infinity.
Enjoy the rest of the night. See you guys tomorrow. Last day. Last day. Last day. Then we can finally rest, man, for like a week. Then we come back strong. Thank you so